Nice.
You like it, right?
That's a good name, yeah.
You like it, right?
Hey, everybody, you can live like you want to live. This is America. I went to, you heard of David Bowie?
Yes.
Okay, so I was, in 1973 was a Ziggy Stardust tour. And that was his glitter, in the height of his glitter thing. He was doing a glitter thing, you know, theatrical rock, that kind of stuff. So he was a glitter boy. And Radio City, you go into the men's room, and the whole men's room was guys in drag at the makeup table. It was unbelievable. So I was like, oh, this is transsexuals, nice. He brought them out, and then you see them at clubs and stuff. They're in the men's room in full dress gowns. They look better than the girls, some of them.
Yeah, some do.
It's amazing, isn't it? What's this thing?
Kidney.
That's a kidney. What's this thing?
Descending colon.
Descending colon. What's this?
Ureter.
Okay. So what's this thing?
Kidney.
Kidney. Different people have different things going for them. And then what's this thing?
Ureter.
Ureter. Still hidden a little bit. Takes a minute. And here's the other ureter. Right. So you got two ureters. What's this?
Urinary bladder.
Okay. Now ready? You're on my wing here, Frank?
Yeah, don't worry, I got it.
All right, good. Now here comes the ovaries. So the ovary, here's one ovary, right there. So I'm going to grab onto this. My other hand. No, they don't. They have an estrous cycle.
Is there an egg in there?
There are eggs in there, yes. And then here's the other ovary. So I got her by her ovaries.
Why is it like
right?
swirl?
What?
You see?
The squiggly? That's the horn of the uterus. All right, so I'm letting go of this ovary. This ovary is this little button. The squiggly coming out is the horn. I got to do a little manipulation here, if you don't mind. I got to cut this blood vessel, and I want to cut this ureter on this side. And that will allow me to, I'm going to do a little more manipulation here to make this happen. All right, so now I'm able to, I just freed up the urinary bladder a little bit so I could pull it aside. Now, the ovary is being held by a membrane. So if I lift this up, you can see that there's a membrane here. So if I picked up the ovary and the horn, under here there's a membrane. I'm going to cut that membrane. That's the membrane that would be pulled on if she had an ectopic pregnancy. All right, so that frees up the ovary and the horn.
I thought an ectopic pregnancy was when it was in the
Uterine tube, yeah, for human. Picking up this side. Just cut the membrane. All right, now, prepare yourselves. I got to go through her hip. And cut through it with a scalpel. And I'm waiting to get the right between her hips. And then I'm going to open her up now. Like this. That's what I wanted. I wanted to hear that crack. Talk about brutalizing. Now, the poor girl. Now you're empathizing with her? The 10,000 things we did to her didn't matter?
You're getting in her vag and stuff.
What? All right, so here is the urinary bladder that's folded away. So you can see a tube coming away from the urinary bladder, this tube. That tube is what? Urethra. All right, now there's still some membranes in here. I'm going to break through those membranes. I'll cut this. This is pretty good. So far, so good. I want to lift the urinary tract out of the way. So slightly without wrecking this. You know, you work for 25 minutes and then you cut the thing off. So my students, they were dissecting cats, and they dug out the cat's testy and then immediately cut it off. And then they dug out his penis and then cut the penis off. They were brutal. They're going to be surgeons. So anyway, here's the bladder now. What tube leads away from the bladder?
Urethra.
Urethra. And did I cut the major thing? No. So now, the okay. So now I just severed the half of the uterus. So here is one ovary and one horn. Where the two horns coalesce, which here's the other horn, unfortunately, the two horns coalesce, it makes the body. And then the body thickens over here, and that's the vagina. And when you roll this away, then you could see the descending colon.
Where's the cervix?
The cervix, you would need an adult to see the cervix. We did adult cats the other morning, and there's one of them was pregnant, and we actually cut the uterus open and saw the cervix. But you can't see it in this, too small. So this, the button at the end, ovary. The squiggle coming away from the ovary, in them it's called the horn of the uterus. Where the two horns join together, that's the body. And then, well, the body it's still pretty thin, Ashley. But this tube is much thicker. So if you had gloves on, you could see that you could see it's thicker. That's the vagina. All right, and then you can see here the urethra and the vagina join up just before you exit the animal. That's the female. So you guys can study this. Next time I'll have I'll try to get one that I don't break. All right, so this, unfortunately, this is the other ovary. So that's an ovary and the horn of the uterus from this side, so it's really like that. Okay, should be a mirror image. Okay? Any questions on this? That's it? Well, we're not done yet, so you looked at the models?